Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Introspective Lifeworks, where I share the mysteries of life with you all. Today's video, I will be talking about the dreaded curse. I know it's a topic that not many people like to get into. I was inspired to create this video through an email I received. The email I received was asking how to remove a curse cast by a crazy psychic. So in this video, I would discuss what a curse is, the different types of curses, how to remove a curse, and how to protect yourself. If you look up the definition of a curse online, you will find it says a solemn utterance intended to invoke supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment on someone or something. My definition of a curse is negative energy that is directed and sent to a specific target. We all know your energy goes where your attention goes. What does this mean when it comes to a curse? Most curses are built out of revenge or jealousy. So if you're feeling revenge or jealousy towards someone, you could be sending them a curse, whether you realize it or not. Before I go into a deeper discussion about a curse and how you know if you've been cursed or how curses are sent, I would like to discuss the different types of curses there are. The first I'd like to discuss is the generational curse. A generational curse is started and passed down from generation to generation. It can be carried on the paternal side or the maternal side or both. It can just happen to one generation. It can skip a generation. It can skip individuals within a generation. So now these generational curses, they come about the same way as a curse. It is somebody setting an intention to cause harm generation after generation to another. It could be a curse on the land. Somebody could have got land that somebody else wanted. So they say, I curse the land and you will never make a profit off of it. There's curses where you'll see generations inflicted with alcoholism, or you'll see lines of bad luck where the members of families will be constantly incarcerated and they really have not done anything wrong. Now, generational curses may be the hardest to figure out, therefore, they may be the hardest to break, but I believe they can be broken with powerful prayer to the Most High God. I believe it's noteworthy to mention cursing yourself because it's often overlooked and it's a very important thing. A lot of people that are in deep depressions, it began by this negative self-talk that they had with themselves on a daily basis. Anything you do repeatedly builds up an energy and it causes an effect, and the result is cursing yourself. So never speak ill of yourself. Always love thyself. Cursing those that you love, it could be as simple as getting into a fight with your spouse, and as he's storming out the door saying, I hope you get in a wreck, or speaking over your children in a negative way constantly. These are curses. So don't curse the ones you love. If they're doing things you don't like, then speak out words of intention of the things you would like them to do. Speak over them with love and praise. In this next little section, we're going to talk about how do you know you have been cursed. Now, I'm going to go through a list of things, and the period of time you would be looking at for this list of things occurring would be, I would say, roughly between 60 to 90 days. And I would say that if you have 4 or more things that I mentioned, you might be looking at a possible curse. Number one, things getting lost or misplaced, keys, documents, important things, things that you need, and all of a sudden they are nowhere to be found. This is one sign. You'll see disturbances in your relationships and your friendships. Your friends will start to fade away. There'll be miscommunications. You might become harsh and bitter and not understand why. And sometimes you can't hear on the phone properly. Another sign or symptom would be a feeling of fatigue, extreme anxiety, depression. You might be having trouble sleeping, become very negative and have a very negative outlook on life, where this is really not who you are or how you are. You begin to have money problems, things will break down, repeated repairs needed, car troubles, things like that, and it causes you to be drained of money. Now, I mentioned sleep problems, but you might also begin to experience nightmares, have anxiety, waking up, not knowing what you're going to do to get through the next day, shadows and noises. You hear sounds. You might see shadow people. This is a curse starting to manifest in your physical perception. You might be hearing voices, discomfort or fear in specific rooms in your home or office, feeling someone touch you or bump into you and there's no one there, feelings you are being watched, or, like I said before, seeing shadows out of the corner of your eyes when you're alone. Now, if you go into a tarot reading or you do the card yourself, you're going to get all negative messages, and it'll be hard to validate anything that comes up if you're dealing with a curse. So I'm just going to recap any of the things I mentioned. If it's lasting more than 60 to 90 days and you have 4 or more of these things, then there is a high chance that you could be dealing with some bad energy that's been sent your way. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, a curse is bad energy, but how exactly does it all work? And I'm going to give you an example, and I hope that it can give you some clarity on how it works. So in my example, we're going to have 2 ladies. One will be named Mary and one will be named Susan. Now, Susan and Mary work together, and Mary is new at this job and Susan's been there a while. But Mary is like in the limelight and everybody likes her, and Susan has had to struggle for everything she has in this office, this job. And she goes to work every day and she is becoming very jealous and feeling some vengeance towards Mary. And every day she dwells on these negative feelings towards Mary, and she becomes obsessed with wanting to see harm come to Mary. Well, Mary, she's living a good life. She is happy. Everybody's happy around her. So this curse that Susan is manifesting against Mary, it's not going to hit Mary immediately. It's going to keep circling and circling, I believe, until it sees the opportunity to strike. So let's say it's not able to strike Mary, so it strikes something that Mary loves, and that would happen to be her pet cat named Kitty. So now Kitty is very, very sick. This makes Mary very, very worried. She lowers her vibration, and bam, the curse is now able to affect her and her life. And if you have any questions about how these dark energies circulate around, I have a video you could watch called Dark Energies, How They Attach and Attack. So, Mary now has been cursed. So, in the example, we've seen how pure obsessive intention can manifest and create a curse. Curses can also be cast through rituals, through objects, through meditations, visualizations, and prayer. Now we've seen how obsession and negative energy can create a curse, but there are times in our lives when we can be prone to curses, and these are times when our vibration or our energy is down. These can include big changes, even though they're positive, like a job change or getting married or having a baby. They create some form of insecurity, a fear of the unknown, and this can lower your vibration. Or if you're constantly fatigued, or you go through a devastating life challenge, or in a state of mourning, when you're depressed or isolating yourself, these are all surefire ways that you can make yourself prone to curses. Now, how to remove a curse? There are many ways that you could remove a curse. You could go to a Reiki master and have a session or more than one session, and that could remove your curse. You could go to a shaman. You could go to a practitioner of magic, a witch. You could go to your church. You could go to your metaphysical store and buy some crystals that'll help cleanse and clear your aura in your area. You could smudge yourself. There is one thing that I've done in the past when I felt like I had something negative attached to me. I felt like I had something attached to me, and I did have some magic practitioners tell me they did see something, and they had given me the advice to go home and take an egg, let it sit at room temperature, take the egg, pass it through my aura, and then break the egg into a disposable tin pie pan, and then dump Florida water over the top of it and burn it, and then take it out and dump it in the four corners of a road far away from me. And I did that, and I also took a spiritual bath with salt and herbs, and I could feel it all working. And afterwards, I felt really good. And actually, I had an idea of the person that had cursed me, and they got very sick after that. So, my advice would be to anybody that would be considering cursing someone that you think very hard before you do it, because everything you put out into the universe is going to come back to you. And if you cause harm and isn't rectified with the universe, it will come back threefold, sixfold, ninefold. It depends on It just depends on many factors, and why would you want to bring back bad to you? So don't send it out. That's my advice. How to protect yourself from being cursed. The first thing that I think is most important is your awareness. You need to be aware of your emotions, your feelings at all times, as well as those around you. So awareness is key in protecting yourself. The second thing after awareness, I believe, would be keeping your vibration high. I do have a video you could check out on 8 ways to raise your vibration. There are some very good suggestions to do that will help you with that. Finally, is loving and knowing yourself. Your hardest journey, probably in this life path, is your self discovery, but it's the most important. And I believe once you know who you are and understand what you are and why you're here, you will be able to live in a more peaceful environment and have more positive, high vibration around you. Thank you for watching this video. It was a subject that not very many people might agree with, but I do believe we live in a duality world. There's light, dark, good, evil, male, female. There's duality everywhere. So I just hope I was able to give you some insight. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you. In love and light. Bye.